This video is going to show you how to make a profile view of a topographic map. Some of the things that you'll need on your table right now are a pencil, the map that you see on the screen, the half sheet that has a grid that looks like this, and a colored strip of paper. What you would begin doing whenever you are doing a profile view is it's going to ask you to connect 2 points. In this case, we are going to work with A to B. This is already done for you, but often what you will need to do is draw a line from those 2 points using a straight edge. But again, as you can see, these two are done for you. The next thing you're going to want to make sure you do is have every contour line labeled. You can see that most of them are done for you. There's only one area that I'm going to add, and it's just simply going to make it a little bit easier when we get to this point in the video. Once I complete this, you're going to want to do the same on your paper. Go ahead and pause the video at this time to make sure you have those two numbers filled in on those same lines. At this time, you're going to want to take your colored piece of paper and bring it up and put it right underneath the line of A to B. What you are going to do is you are going to make a little line everywhere that a contour line comes into contact with your colored paper. You are going to see me do it first, then you're going to pause the video and do it for yourself. So you can see I'm just drawing a simple line straight down everywhere where a contour line comes into contact with the colored paper. You want to make sure that the distance stays the way that it's supposed to, and make sure you include points A and B. At this time, you're going to go ahead and do the same on your paper. So pause the video and do exactly what I did. The next part that you are going to do is you are going to write the contour intervals under each of those lines. So for example, as you can see, this outside line is 0. If I follow that all the way around, you're going to end up putting a 0 right below that first line. You're going to go ahead and fill in all of the lines according to the contour intervals that are placed on there. Now you can kind of see why we put the 200 and the 150 there so that you could see it when we were drawing. Mine's going to be a little bit sloppy, but hopefully you can see the idea. At this time, pause the video to make sure you have yours labeled the same way that I do. At this point, you want to pick up the colored slip of paper and move it to your half sheet paper that looks like the one that is on the screen. Make sure you are using the same one that I am with the same intervals on the side. What you are going to do now is you are simply going to move your colored piece of paper so that it's directly at the bottom of your lines. From here, you are going to go up and make points at the same spots that you see at the numbers given. So for example, this one says 0, so I'm simply going to put a dot right at 0. The next one says 50, so I go directly straight up and put a dot on the 50 line. The next one is 100, so again I make sure I go directly up and put a line at the 100. Next, 150. Then 200, then 250, 300, 300 again, 250, So real quick, before we continue, I want you to notice that we are making sure that we go straight up from wherever we are. So for example, this 50 line is straight up from the 50 line. 100, you want to do the same. So that's what you really need to make sure you are doing, is that you are going straight up from your little hash mark and putting your dot on the corresponding number. $200, $150. $50 and 0. So in the end, we have several series of dots. You're going to want at this time to pause your video and make sure that you do the same thing that I have on my screen. Now we basically just want to connect the dots. So you are going to draw a line from each dot and this is a profile view of the map that you had if we were to see that topographic map from the side. So if you were able to stand on ground and look at that mountain, this is what it would look like from the side. So this is how you create a profile map. You are going to try one on your own next. If at any point you need to, you can always refer back to this video to look at the step-by-step directions on how to do this.